Hello. I'm going to do a topic today of the Stagg HeadBanger10. My name is Kenny. I'm a technician at the headquarters here in Laverne, and the reason why I wanted to make this video is to show you that a lot of the customers return issues and the problems that they say that they're having and what we can do about it. So let's get started. Some of the turn-on problems that people were talking about that they thought they had an issue with is the shaking and the vibrating of the unit, and what's normal and what's not. So some units, when you turn them on, they'll turn around, you know, and spin, move, and then come back to the resting point and vibrate. They'll shake. Well, that's normal, okay? That's not a problem with the unit itself. Let it run its zeroing out. Let it do that, and then it will come back up. Again, you know, anytime during the time that you're using the unit, let it, if it seems to be not doing right, not coming back to the 0 point, just go through the reset menu, select reset, and that will zero out the unit. And also, when you're using the like for instance our Stagg HeadBanger10, sometimes you'll move it around, you know, with the pan and the tilt, and it will not come back to 0. Just go through the reset. Just hit reset, and that should zero the unit back out. Okay, so over time it just gets out of calibration. All right, and sometimes you just turning it off and on, you know, we'll reset it, and you won't have to worry about that. So so I'm going to turn this unit on and show you a few features here. Okay, notice how it's going into, right here, it's going into the master mode. It's not going into the autoplay mode because its autoplay mode's off. And if it was slave mode, it would do nothing. So that's not a problem with the unit, okay? So what I'm going to do is go through the menu here. And I'm going to set everything, you know, like it was at the factory setting. If I'm going to use DMX controller and I want this on address 1, so it's on the address 1 there, and I would hit enter, but it's already set there. I'm not going to change it. Alright, and then the channel mode. I like the 7-channel mode here for the HeadBanger10, so I can control the pan, the tilt, and all the colors. And here's the slave mode here, okay? So notice it's set the master, and that's what you want if you're going to have a standalone unit. If you have another unit, you might want to set it to slave, okay? If they're standalone. If you got DMX, it'll automatically, you know, be the setting of what the address is. You can control it. There's your sound mode. I like to run this up to 100%. Okay, you hit enter, and the sound mic is located right up under the unit here. And you would have to get that to operate. Now in the sound mode, you know, you turn it on, but you have to turn off the auto function. Okay, did you get that? So if I have on, you know, you have to turn auto off, and it will go in sound mode. But we're not going to do that. We're going to keep it. We're going to go to auto here. It's in no. So if I want to hit yes, and it will go back to the auto program. Okay. In master mode, okay, not slave mode. And then a lot of customers were bringing units back because they were saying that it wasn't doing anything after they turned it on. That's because it was in slave mode. set it to master mode and set the auto to on, and it will go through its program. Okay, now sometimes people will have it stuck in standby mode. See, it says no standby. I can hit yes, you turn it on, it just sits there and does nothing. And again, that's not an issue with the unit. Just hit on. Okay. And now you're ready. So let's go through another one. Now your pan is how it starts from either clockwise or counterclockwise. Hold on. And there's your tilt, and your tilt can either be, you know, in the Y direction, whether it's not, it's forward or backwards. Okay. And if you want two units to turn the same way, or you could have two units that would turn differently in opposite directions, that's how you would control that with your pan and tilt. All right. And there's your LED function where you can select what lights you want off and on. Here's your display that you can have it either up or down. If you got the unit upside down, you can flip that too. Okay, we're not going to do that. And then let's go to your test mode. We're going to select it, and it should spin and turn, and then go through all the colors so that you know that it's going to be that the LEDs are functioning correctly. And it'll start with red, green, blue, white, and all. All right, that's how you know that that's working right. Here's your hour function. This is how many hours that the unit has been left on. And you see this one right here shows 1. And then there's, of course, your reset function. Let's hit it. See how it's some of them will do different things here. Some of them will vibrate. That's what I was wanting to let you know. That's not a fault with the unit, okay? So don't worry about that. It's going to be okay. Let me hook up the DMX here. What is it, DMX controller? Hook up. Alright, so it should go into the DMX signal mode here, which is the address that you got it on. I want to control it. The fixture is 1. I turned it on, and now I'll be able to control it. See, there's your pan. Now I can control that either clockwise or counterclockwise with the function there. Should come back to the facing this way, and there's your tilt. Okay, and here's your color brightness. See, so that's in the channel 7 mode. So channel 7 mode will give you all the functions here that you would need. Operate the unit minus the autoplay. Okay. Okay, now that I'm going to leave it set right there for a minute and talk a few things that's real important. Is the cycle times on your HeadBanger. Now again, I'm talking about the HeadBanger10, not the HeadBanger10 XT. Now the cycle times are roughly about 15 minutes on and 15 minutes off. So if I have 15 minutes on, 5 minutes off. Okay. So what you would want to do, especially if you have many units, you know, up on a tree that you're using for your DJ or band, is that you would you know, control them with your different addresses and turn some on and then some off, you know, so you cycle them through. Okay, don't just leave one on all day or all night, you know, at your music store. So that runs up the hours, and this unit heats up. Now the unit has 2 fans on it. This fan bottom, you got fan at the top for the head. It's very important that you keep these clean of all dust. If you're in a club, bar, nicotine and dust gets in these fans and slows them down and corrodes them. Okay, and that's eventually that's going to be a failure if you do that. If you do not clean these and if you do not cycle them, then the life expectancy of these units right here will be in the hundreds of hours and not the thousands of hours that it should be. I've seen units that have been kept up properly that had had over 6,000 operating hours on them and still running, except with the exception of the fans, you know, moving real slow. If your unit is making noises when you turn it on, and it's more likely going to be these fans that are corroded. That's what it's telling you. The two fans here are not turning correctly, and the corrosion is causing them to make, you know, screeching noises or grinding noises. Okay, so that's the time when you want to replace the fans in these. And if you have a tech available to you, you can get the fans from us and have them replace them. It's very important that these fans stay running to keep the LED head cool, and the power supply unit, which is up under here, you keep it cool. And the motors also, the two servo motors that are in the unit here, that is belt driven. And this this PLC that's behind this right here, of course, controls your servos. And the DMX functions and plug-ins are back here. So you'd plug in your controller, and then you would go through here with your DMX cable to the next unit and say set it to slave, or you can have it in master mode too, and it will, if you have two of them, it would automatically set it for you know, a simultaneous operation. Okay. I think that's all I wanted to let you know. That should save you a lot of time and trouble if you think you got a problem at your store, or if you think you got a problem on the road or DJs. Those are some issues that are not issues. And an issue of the grinding noise, it would be that these motors, the fans are going out. Okay, you want to get those replaced as soon as possible. And I think that does it for this video. Thank you.